Hello, Guardians. It's your boy SilverBlazeX, and today we're diving into the latest developments with Bungie and their integration into Sony. From layoffs to leadership changes, there's a lot to unpack, so let's get into it. First off, the layoffs and transition. Bungie has faced some really tough challenges over the past year that we've been seeing all over social media. After going through two rounds of layoffs, the company has been over has the company has basically seen over 200 staff members impacted, probably a whole lot more. First in October 2023, where they let go about 8% of their work staff, and then another round in July of 2024 that hit 220 employees. It's been rough. It's been a rough road for Bungie, but there is somewhat of a silver lining in the form of Sony. Silver. According to Bungie's CEO, Pete, I love my cars more than my people, Parsons. Sony has been working closely with Bungie to help mitigate the damage. Out of the layoffs, 155 Bungie employees, roughly 12% of their workforce, are being integrated into Sony's Interactive Entertainment (SIE). This is part of the broader move to this is a broader move that they're making to go ahead and strengthen PlayStation's live interactive services. Um, I only see it as a positive because it's gonna reassure that these employees will probably keep their jobs longer than all these other staff that was lost in the last couple of months and this last year. Because it'll open it up for them to explore other projects that's not just strictly Destiny 2. Now, key staff transitioning to Sony. Let's talk about some key players who have already made the jump to Sony. Two notable figures are Adam Glover, who's now the director of Total Rewards at Sony, and Joseph Bewold, who left his position as marketing art director at Bungie to become the art director at Sony PlayStation. Right? Bewold isn't done with Bungie. Um, he'll continue to work on projects like Destiny and other anticipated projects like Marathon, while also helping Sony grow their live services and capabilities, which is good. Good for him. Job security. That's what we want for the staff, right? That's what we want for humans, for the people. So all these guardians, we want them to have um, work-life balance, but also job security. So, what does this mean for Bungie and PlayStation? Well, despite the layoffs, Bungie still has about 1,350 employees, and this integration with Sony is poised to help with both companies, both Sony and Bungie. Bungie's expertise in live service games like Destiny is basically a big part why Sony has acquired them. By having Bungie staff and leadership transition to Sony, PlayStation Studios can benefit from their experience while Bungie continues to get the support they need. Plus, Bungie's director like Joseph Bewold and others will still be heavily involved in Destiny, also Marathon, ensuring continuity while contributing to PlayStation's live services. Um, that to me spells that it'll we're probably going to start seeing something like what we saw with Microsoft keeping Halo, right? They brought in 343, a company that they owned, or a gaming company that is part of them, and they began integrating all of that into Microsoft. So I almost feel like this is very good because Sony is going to be able to keep Bungie's um, directors and their leadership in place and like in good shape from making terrible decisions, but also ensure that the staff are staying staffed, which is good for them. In the end, while it's been a tough year for Bungie, this deeper integration with Sony could spell new opportunities for both companies. Realistically, we'll keep an eye on how this plays out, especially in the future of Destiny and Marathon on the horizon. Thanks, guys, for listening. This is more like a news thing, not really like a game thing, which I know it's not my things from what I've been doing recently. But I guess what I wanted to say was that it looks like it's a big change and it's scary. And we never know where these changes made may take us, may lead the game, right? Or what it may seem for Marathon. Um, I wanted, I guess, to end also with a note and just make you reassure you guys that I don't think Destiny is going to go anywhere. I don't think we're going to get a Destiny 3, which is fine, right? There's a lot of stuff that we need to go through before we even consider a Destiny 3. But also, I think Marathon's going to be okay. But I think that PlayStation's work ethic might be the thing that Bungie needs right now to stay afloat, keep people employed, and make people feel more reassured. And I feel that once they feel safer, right, they'll be able to get back on to that storytelling that Bungie's well known for. You know, it's hard to produce quality content when you don't know if tomorrow or today or the next day or next week is the last day you're going to be working or employed, and that you have to consistently be worried, am I going to have enough money to provide for my family, for my loved ones? What is my future like? But yeah, just want to leave you with those thoughts. This is a good one. I think it's a good move. It should put Bungie in a good place. Let's give it a shot. Let's wait and see what happens. Nos vemos en las estrellas, guardianes.